Hello DC fans, DCU right here. Today DC News. James Gunn recently had an interview with Deadline talking about DCU Batman. Here's what he said.
The brave and the bold script. I like where we are. I think you have to wait to see the movie. Some things have changed. Plenty of things are in flux on what his situation is with Damian's parentage and all that stuff. So I wouldn't take any of it. Yeah, I mean the actor who wants to... Listen, first of all, I can't tell you the amount of big actors that have told me they want to be Batman. I think you'd have a harder time finding actors who don't want to be Batman. He's the one character everyone wants to play. That's the truth. I'm definitely not doing scouting for the Caped Crusader. But I'm always scouting when I'm watching TV shows. Gunn says from the Hollywood Reporter interview. In fact, I really like the young woman Julia Schläpfer in 1923. She is just so fantastic that I suggested her for something recently. She's Brandon Sklenar's significant other in that series. I'm watching 1923 because I like Taylor Sheridan's stuff, especially that one. That's my favorite of all his shows, so I'm watching it mostly for fun, and I'm definitely not watching it because I need to find a Batman. By the way, I love Sklenar. I think he's great. I really do. I honestly think he's great.
I like your style, sir.
What is this question you've been sent to ask me?
But Mr. Terrific has had the best response.
He did.
He's a fan favorite.
Yeah.
Does a response like that generate like new ideas for a character?
Definitely. And I mean, well, first of all, I've got major plans for Mr. Terrific.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So that's important, you know. But yeah, definitely it influences things. I don't, you know, you're going around the planet, you're drilling for oil. And every once in a while, you get a geyser. And, you know, Mr. Terrific is a geyser. He's very popular. We just got a bunch of information back. I don't know, but on what people liked in Superman. Like, looking back, really, you know, I love Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so it's like these, you know, when I see that sort of stuff, it makes a difference to me. However, not all the difference in the world. I loved the character of Nebula in Guardians 1. Mm-hmm. I loved where I thought she could go, what could change. When I first brought Karen in, I showed her the artwork. I said, she's going to be a Guardian of the Galaxy. And she's like, what? Because she's just this evil little person in the first movie. But she was not, that first movie, no, she did not register. She was not a fan favorite.
She was like the stepsister nobody wanted to, yeah.
And no, it just didn't register. Like, but I knew what that character could become. I knew what Karen could do with that character. And so, you know, she became a major character in Guardians 2. And then she was like the favorite character in Guardians 3. So it's like, so there's a balance. I mean, I listen to the fans. I listen to what's working, what's surprising, what's not. I'm not surprised by Crypto. Crypto's people's favorite character in Superman.
You knew that.
I knew that from the moment I wrote, you know, page 1 with Crypto jumping on him. I knew that he was going to be a favorite character. That's not a surprise to me. So I listened to all of that. I listened to the noise, but also I know, you know, the characters that can be something more than what they are now.
I need a Mr. Terrific Hot Toys figure too. I
should do that.
That's day one purchase for me.
Hot Toys.
Yeah, big Hot Toys guy. I know everybody probably asks you about Batman casting, but my question is not about casting. I'm curious. You know, we know the Reeves stuff with Batman is going to be separate from what you do in the DC universe with Batman. Do you think audiences? Do you ever think about like, oh, our audience is going to follow that? Like, there are two separate Batman stories going on? Because I remember, like, with the X-Men and then the Avengers, sometimes people would be like, wait, they can't cross over because Fox and Disney. There were people who didn't know that.
Yeah, but sometimes was it causing anybody grief in any way?
No, I don't think so.
I think it was the same thing.
It's a good point.
I think that people are really starting to learn about stuff like that. Will it ever cause, you know, one of the weirdest things for me is that big fans are often like, well, listen, I understand this. But normies will never understand this. Casuals will never understand this. But the truth is, guys, that you're the ones that don't understand. The casuals always understand. You can say, oh, yeah, he's changed Peacemaker. Yeah, they were, you know, there was some Justice Gang or Justice League was in that. Now it's the Justice Gang. And regular people who just like TV shows are like, oh, okay, that's weird. And then they're done. But the people who, you know, really focus on this stuff
we
and
live
go
in
crazy
a bubble.
they're in our bubble.
Yeah.
And the people in our bubble think that everyone outside of that bubble is too stupid to understand nuance, and it is just totally not the case.
Yeah, well, I call it the Uber driver test. Like, if a random person shows up to your door, will they understand it? And I'm like, well, maybe, but I guess it really doesn't matter that much. Yeah. Also, I want to thank you for getting Peacemaker in Fortnite. That's Fortnite.
Thank you to those guys.
Clayface photos are just popping up left and right.
Are they?
Yeah. Does that make you sweat a little bit?
No.
Do you know, like, it is what it is?
Yeah.
You just know you're filming outside. It's okay.
Yeah. In fact, they we knew we were shooting outside. We knew there would be some photos that would get out, and we knew there was some makeup and stuff involved. And they're like, "Oh, should we, they're like, "Okay, should we not put any of the makeup on and then just do it with visual effects and post?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? I mean, is it going to make $1 less at the box office? First of all, if some photos leak, and then secondly, you want to spend, hundreds of thousands of dollars on VFX when it's going to look better if it's practical? Because there's a lot of amazing practical effects in Clayface. So much. Oh my God. There's some days I'm watching dailies, and James Watkins is doing an amazing job. And some days, and I'm going, oh my God. Oh my God, it's just this old school body horror visual effects, and it's so cool. And I can't wait for people to see that movie. And it sets the tone for me so much for DC, in that we're able to do something that's completely, this is not, we're not having, there's no formulas here. If James Gunn makes a James Gunn movie, it's a James Gunn movie. Craig Gillespie makes a Supergirl movie, it's a Craig Gillespie movie. James, makes a Clayface movie, it's his movie.
Well, that was kind of one of the last things I was going to ask you was, everything to this point has been very much your hands-on, because you've written, directed, at least directed episodes of Peacemaker. Next year is when we get into the projects that I know you're obviously involved in, but maybe not as involved with from top to bottom.
Yeah.
I've heard you talk on the Peacemaker podcast about how, when other people directed episodes of Peacemaker, you sent so many notes. You were so involved as you probably could be, it sounded like. How is that going with these, what we're going to see next year?
It's different, because with Supergirl, for instance, I'm very committed to Ana Naguera, who wrote the script, and I'm protecting her. And with Clayface, I'm Mike Flanagan's a really good friend, so I really want to support the writers. But with my stuff, it's like I'm different when it's my writing, and I'm different when it's Peacemaker, because I know everything, and I just wish I could direct everything.
That makes sense.
And so I'm really specific. And so, is it hard? It's hard. It's hard.
I don't know how you do it.
I'm really specific, and I re-edit. I mean, I edit all the episodes, so it's not like I'm not taking that final pass at things. But yeah.
James Gunn followed up on his Man of Tomorrow post by sharing a picture of a human brain, sparkling speculation among fans.
Listen, of course I wasn't unaware that when I posted the cover of the script that there was going to be discussion around that particular topic. But I think we'll hold off from what exactly is happening. I'm probably not going to do certain movies with characters who audiences don't know. It's harder to get people in the theater for that kind of thing.
It's a hungry world, they're gonna eat you alive.
Hi, my name is Mel Lee. I play Judo Master on Season 2 of Peacemaker. And come along, I'll show you around set. This is called balls. These idiots come in holding this ball for who knows what. Here, take it.
It tells you where the lights are in a scene relative to the CG object.
And here we have Crafty. Kels, Cheeto me.
We're the prop department, and our responsibility is to hand actors props and make sure they don't break them.
Who the fuck are you?
Steven with special effects. My super important job is to shake this car.
Get off set. Get off the set. I got this. Leave. Thank you so much for following me around. Hopefully you know some of the production's jobs. That was exhausting for me, so I'm gonna go. Rachel Brosnahan.